How's it going, guys, and welcome back to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I take a look at underused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. And today we are taking a look at the bitch. If you'd like to farm the bitch for yourself, you're going to want to fast travel over to Destroyer's Rift on Pandora, as you're going to need to farm Tyrene for this gun. As you're farming, it is worth noting, though, for those unaware, that you don't have to climb Tyrene's back, and you can actually just shoot the eye between the tentacles from the ground, which can definitely save you some time when farming her. The bitch is a legendary Hyperion SMG, able to roll in any of the elements, and not really having any sort of unique ability to speak of other than just simply having above average all-around stats. The bitch has received a single buff, being just an increase to its weapon damage. So as stated, this thing just has better stats, and notably it has a decently higher crit damage than a lot of other SMGs, and it has pretty good damage for the mag size that it has. And of course, all the other stats, accuracy, handling, reload time, fire rate, they're all boosted as well, but the damage, crit damage, and mag size, I believe, are the most unique of them all. However, that being said, I don't think the bitch really earns the right to call this a unique effect, as it's pretty much just a purple but better, except the stats really aren't that great still. Does it kill decently enough? Yeah, you'll kill things across any content. I was able to kill with it on True Guardian Takedown, but why would I? What does this offer exactly that makes it worth using over literally any other option when most other options have better stats and a unique effect alongside it? You can compare this to almost any other legendary Hyperion SMG and it falls short to almost all of them. There's only two that have a lower base damage, and that is the Predatory Lending, which is literally a joke weapon, and the Cheap Tips, which is able to boost not only its own weapon damage to a stupid degree, but also anything else that you fucking swap the chip boost to. When using the bitch, having those overall boosted stats is definitely able to be felt, but what else is felt is the constant question of why use this gun over literally anything else? Because it just doesn't earn it. It doesn't earn the fact that it doesn't have an actual legendary effect, it doesn't earn the fact that it doesn't have a gimmick, and it just doesn't earn a place in your fucking backpack. Which is a shame, because there is a place for weapons like this. I like simple weapons, I like non-gimmicky weapons that kind of are just straightforward. They can be fun to just pick up and use sometimes, and they can just complement some specific builds very well. The stats just need to actually be better. They can't just be a little bit better. They can't just all around be a little bit, tiny little bit better than average. They need to be better. This can be illustrated very well with the idea of a power budget. This is a term often used in a lot of competitive games when it comes to balancing, which is the idea of how much power a single character or item or whatever is being balanced is able to have and how it's spread out through what it does. Applying this to Borderlands is as simple as seeing the power budget as a combined strength of a weapon's stats and its unique effect. Generally, if something has a very, very good gimmick to it, it should have slightly lessened stats overall. But when compared to something that has a weaker gimmick, that one should have the better base stats. That's the idea here. And of course, this is Borderlands and Gearbox. They don't always follow this idea, but the bitch is so drastically underperforming and underutilizing whatever power budget it should be having. Having no gimmick means that this thing should have the opportunity for some crazy fucking stats. But unfortunately, that gun exists. There already is a good bitch in this game, and it's not a Hyperion, it's a Molly one, and you can get it at any stage in the game. It's the crit, with 50,000 base damage and 150% critical hit damage, with the same fire rate and a very similar mag size. Oh, it doesn't stop there though. Every other stat of the crit is better than the bitch. It's absolutely depressing to just look at these item cards side by side, because not only does this have the base stats that the bitch should have, but it also has lifesteal, with the only downside being a 5% chance to drop the weapon, and that it's elementally locked to shock damage, but really that's not a huge deal with this thing. The bitch is a fucking tragedy. It has absolutely nothing going for it, and while it does work, there's genuinely no reason to ever use it because there's already a better version of it in the crit. To fix this gun, it simply needs to have better stats, but even then it's going to always suffer from the problem of the crit just being a better version of it. And because the crit is so broken, it's really difficult difficult to actually make the bitch good but not overpowered without also nerfing the crit. But that's gonna about do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all that. Down in the description will be a link to my Twitch channel where you can follow to get notified when I go live. And just under that is a link to my Discord server where you can come and join and hang out. But with that all being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.